Hello there, kia ora. I have to admit, it feels like one of those weeks to me when people keep showing me that their train of thought is a replacement bus service. And, this might be my own fault. I was the one who made a video last week around media agenda setting theory that pointed out that a Nazi with a racially motivated list of convictions and a long history of white supremacy that includes creating several groups with Nazi iconography for their logos was at the event that Brian Tamaki was holding over the weekend to support his racist bullshit. They got dumbass comments like, "Oh, he's looking for Nazis under the bed," a comment repeated actually months ago by the exact same user, showing both how original the thought was and how determined they are to normalize Nazis. They even asked this ridiculous comment about naming the Nazi. Guy, Kyle Chapman. There you go, Kyle Chapman. That was the name in the video. Just going to show that yes, the science post effect is an effect where people don't read the whole thing and they make up their mind based on the first couple of minutes of something that's been created. Showing you again why it's so important that people get media literacy. But didn't work in this case. I also made content about the sort of person who clearly wasn't burdened with an abundance of schooling. New Zealand First voters. The voters who, according to research, feel the most negatively impacted by the coalition. That their party is in, and still somehow think that their party is the one that they should vote to fix things, impacting them by the decisions made by their own party, that they put in and as part of the coalition. There's a reason that kids don't touch a hot stove twice. You would think New Zealand First voters would be smarter than that. And I wrote about how racism is bad and the coalition has a long history of encouraging it for their own gain, and that's also bad, which got comments from people going, yes, isn't the racism the best part about the government? Maybe it's not all my fault though. After all, some voters probably genuinely felt that our rangatahi would be better off if they voted for a coalition that was promising to do the basics well. But then they ended up rushing in curriculum changes or making changes to the way that teaching in schools work, like banning phones in classrooms without evidence. They took funding from tikanga-based professional development and ordered changes to Te Reo school books for first-year entrants while paying to run private schools to turn a profit on taxpayer money and cutting funding and quality for the school lunch program. It turns out, according to the data that came out from all the exams last year, that's not great for learning. Or the people who voted for the coalition because they keep lumbering under this ridiculous belief that the coalition parties can handle the economy despite all of the many decades experience saying otherwise. Instead, they've made decisions which have led to record high unemployment numbers. And new data released by Stats NZ this week show the cost of being poor in Aotearoa is 3 times that of being rich enough not to be impacted by the government's decisions. It's probably even less if you gave the government money for whatever reason you wanted to in the lead up to the last election. It's as frustrating as waiting for the resolution to a cliffhanger of a show that never got renewed, and I need to talk to somebody about it. So, this Sunday, we're back with The Collective. Sunday night, I'm going to be catching up with Sean Ackland and Jordan Rivers to talk about the election, Waitangi weekend, and what we can do to help drive up voter numbers. While the government ignores the breach of human rights it's currently undertaking to disenfranchise tens of thousands of voters so that the results aren't dictated by people who are impossible to underestimate. Because those people arguing that hanging out and platforming known Nazis isn't the same as hanging out and platforming Nazis, or reaping the exact results that they voted for and still can't see how that is connected, well, they will definitely be voting this year. So join us Sunday, there'll be guests, there might be cookies, and there will be a quiz in November. So pay attention. You'll find us on all of the BHN channels, and I'll be streaming it as well on my YouTube page. So if you haven't already, go give them a follow. You can find my YouTube page on my LinkedIn Linktree thing that's in my bio. And hopefully we'll catch you all on Sunday where we can unpack a lot of all of this. Oh, hey there, podcast listeners. Thanks for checking out today's podcast, whether that's on video or audio. I really appreciate it. And I did finally get around to doing a podcast end tag, which I've been meaning to do for a while instead of just taking you onto the Facebook version. So while you're here, why not hit that subscribe button so that you can get updates coming in directly every time there's a new episode uploaded. Just seems like a really simple way to keep up to date with all of the crazy that's going on. So, yeah, give that a shot, and I'll talk to you soon.